Hey there guys, just out working on the DR at the moment, and I just want to tidy up my accessories. Now, as you know, if you've watched my previous video, there is two accessory plugs on the DR, one up front and one at the back, and on Danny's DR she was only running heated grips, so I just plugged that in straight into the front plug. I bought the wee extension plug from Eastern Beaver that just plugs straight into the original wiring, and that's you got an ignition feed. That is no problem. So if you've got up to two accessories, you've got two ignition feeds, there is no problem there whatsoever. Now in my DR, I have heated grips, I have a USB charger up front, I've got my sat nav, and I'm going to be planning on wiring in some more aftermarket accessories, spotlights. I want to have a plug for a heated jacket and various other little things. So because of this, I have purchased the Eastern Beaver Power Center 8. Now it was quite expensive, I can't remember how much it was, I'll put it across the screen at the moment, but it's very good. You get up to 8 powers here, 6 switched and 2 unswitched, although there is an option to make all 8 switched if you wish. I've already installed it, I didn't do a wee video because it was super simple. You can't really go wrong. So that's what the gubbins looks like inside. Battery feed, that goes straight to your battery positive. This is a switched feed, and this goes straight to your battery negative. Now one thing I hate is loads of terminals piled up on the batteries, so I only wanted one on each extra. So the Eastern Beaver kit comes with everything that you need, and it's super simple to install. So all I did was, it comes with these relays here. This is a 50 amp relay. There's one wire you hook straight to the battery, one wire straight to battery negative. Come around here, you just need to place your relay at some point. I just screwed it into the side of the airbox there. It's not the best, but on the DR there really isn't much room for anything like this. And that's your two fuses there, switched and unswitched. So all you need to do is just find a switched power. So I've just went into the factory plug down here, just put one wire in there to the power side, so I've now got 6 switched and 2 unswitched. Currently on the unswitched side I've just got this SAE plug, which I use for a battery tender, and sometimes I use it for heated jacket. So that just sits there, permanent power. I've also got a cigarette lighter socket I can plug into that plug if I want to charge my phone or something. So that was super simple to fit. The only problem, I did have to remove the snorkel. I couldn't find a good place for this to go. I was hoping it would sit up here, but it just didn't hit the seat. So I had to remove the snorkel to fit it in here, which is something I didn't want to do. I like the power from factory on this, and I like the way the jetting's set up. I didn't really want to mess with it, but I had no other choice if I wanted to fit that. So I removed the snorkel. It seems to run okay, however, it did seem a bit flat, sort of mid-range throttle. So what I did do was I opened up the carburetor and just raised the needle 1 notch. The New Zealand spec bike has an adjustable needle, so I just raised it up one notch. That was super simple to do, and that seems to be mint now. Now I want to show you something up front here. This was another reason why I got this. So this is the front switch power circuit. I actually plug my sat nav into that at the moment. I'll show you how I run that. So if you see my last video, I've moved my sat nav up to here, and all the gubbins are just taped down in there, and that's just got the plug on it there, which plugs straight into there, which is real nice and easy. It keeps it nice and neat, no problem whatsoever. But if you have a look at this wiring here, so this is how my bike came pre-installed. The previous owner told me the dealer did this, right? This one here is my USB power socket, which is there, and this one here is my Oxford heated grips, and they've just spliced into this orange wire here. I'm not too sure what that orange wire is for or where it goes to, but this is the ignition feed here, spare plug. I don't know why you'd want to cut into that factory harness there. It is ignition fed, I'm just not sure where it gets its power from. To me that is a bit dodgy, and you could potentially overload whatever circuit this is on. Although it's been fine so far, it's not right. So another reason I got that Eastern Beaver kit was that I'm going to take these two off here and run them down and plug them in down there and get rid of this stupid wee bit in here. Okay, so they just opened that wire up. I mean, it works, but it's really not how I would do it. Not having 2 fuses coming off that one wire either. That just does not seem right to me. Now inside there's a wee tab. I'm going to try and pull this wire out and run a bit of heat shrink over there just to tidy it up. Alright, I don't know if you can see it guys, but that wee tab there is what you press in. Now what I used to do that was just, Danny had a wee Kirby and it just fitted down in the plug perfectly. Press that tab in and then the wire pulls out. So all I'm going to do is slide a bit of heat shrink over there. Just like it's never happened. You hear it click back in. Now I'm going to take these two and just cut them off. Right, so now I'm going to run my wiring. Now this is the wee wiring loom I've made up. This is the wiring that I have picked up. Just some single core 4mm 15 amp wiring. I got some black and some red, and all I did was cut 4 equal lengths of each colour and just tape them every 6 inches or so and join them together. So I've got four feeds there, and all I did was just run that in this corrugated conduit stuff. Now I'm just going to run this along the side of the frame and up to the headstock. So you can see there I've run it along the factory wiring loom. I've got heaps left over at this end. It comes along through these reusable cable ties, which are awesome. And under here, under there, through that cable guide there, and up to the top. And I've got heaps up here. If I ever need it, I can just cut it to length. Now 15 amp wiring is definitely overkill for this job. The most I'm probably going to be pulling is 5 amps out of any of my accessories up front. But it's better to have too thick a wire than not thick enough. And it was around about the same price, so I just decided to go for it. Now the way they had these wired up before, they were earthed to the frame, which is that's not a problem. The frame is earthed anyway, but it's obviously better if it goes straight to battery. So I'll just repeat that for the heated grips, and then we'll get it down and hook it up at the other end. I don't know if you guys have seen one of these before. Milwaukee M12 soldering iron. It's honest to God one of the best things ever. Just picked this up recently. It runs off the M12 platform. It's adjustable tip and it's got a wee light on it. It heats up in about 5 to 10 seconds compared to an electric one which takes anywhere up to a minute in my experience. It is honestly to God one of the best tools ever. Just bundle it up like that, just run one cable tie right around there, and how nice and neat does that look. Now if I come down to my Eastern Beaver unit, I've got the wires going in here, 2 5 amp hour for my USB and my heated grips. I've got my earths going in here. These are my 2 spare wires from that unit. I'll just bundle these up and cable tie them in there for just now. So basically that's how it's going to look with that cover on. These wires will be bundled up a bit neater until I fit accessories for them, but that's basically it. Now to me that is the neatest way to fit accessories on any bike really. I think that Eastern Beaver kit is really good. There are other kits out there that do the same job, but that Eastern Beaver kit just kind of caught my eye, and I've bought stuff from them before with no issues. So this is how I'm going to run it on my DR. I think it's very neat. I don't think you can get much better than that, to be honest. So anyway guys, if you've watched this far, could you please comment below and let me know how the audio is in this video. I had a few complaints on a lot of my older videos that the audio was too quiet, so if you could comment on it and let me know how I'm doing these days. And thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later.